Palin, and they're trying to use her to scare all of us. Look at how they've gone after her. They try to make fun of her because she relates so easily to the people, because she doesn't hire a $1,500 a pop speechwriter to get all her words down for her. She talks from her heart. You know who else talked from their heart? Ronald Reagan talked from his heart. Jesus spoke in parables, for crying out loud. They try to use all of this as a way to invalidate her, to neuter the power that she has in this society. They are trying to make an example out of her. Do not pay attention to it. Because they'll come after you, and you know what? Bring it. Let them come. We've fought better, and we've been insulted by better. We've had, a lot of people have been very hesitant to get active, to get involved. You know, you heard Jen talk about Netroots and talk about the Facebook and the Twitter and all that stuff. You know, I know a lot of you are like, I don't care about that. But let me tell you something. What are the two biggest ways? I love this train, by the way. God bless this train. You see all that coal? I swear, was that a sign or what? What are the two biggest ways? I can yell over it. What are the two biggest ways that we use to distribute information? Entertainment and academics. And what happened back at the start of the century, back in the 19th century, was that conservatives sort of stayed out of the entertainment realm. We stayed out of the academic realm. We thought, we don't want to get involved in entertainment. This is silly. These are movies. We're better than this. I mean, look what happened. The leftist agenda took over and they infiltrated entertainment. You can't even go to a movie and not get a leftist agenda message. You can't listen to hardly any music without it. And you can't go, unless you specifically go to a Christian school, and then sometimes that isn't even guaranteed. Notre Dame, that isn't even guaranteed. It's completely infiltrated academics. We've learned that social media, this is the new penny press, this is the new media. We cannot afford to sit on the sidelines again and let this technology pass us by. Facebook is free. Don't let them try to tell you that you're too old or you're too out of touch to use it. That's it again. That's the whole Sarah Palin trick they're trying to do on you. Twitter's free. All the news is broken there. That's how we've organized all this stuff, is online. Don't sit by and let it pass you by. Don't make the mistake that we made all those years ago. It's so important. But there's a lot of conservatives have been afraid to get involved, have been afraid to do anything. Because God love you, you're so polite. Everybody has such manners. No one wants to get aggravated or get into anybody's face. No one wants to rock the boat. Some of you do, right? That's awesome. No one wants to rock the boat. How was this country founded? They stormed a boat. They rocked it to bits. You have to. Even Jesus went to the temple and threw up the table for the money changers. I mean, good gracious. We got to change it up. And I want each and every one of you, when you leave here today, I want you to go back to your homes, back to your neighborhoods, back to your schools, back to your places of employment. And I want you to each individually become your own little epicenter for activism. That's what it's going to take. You get some of your friends together and you have a constitutional home study. You're mad about something that McCaskill has done, get some of your buddies together and show up on our doorstep. Nothing says we can't do that. We're peacefully assembling. We're gonna change it up, and I'm tired of being polite, really, I'm done. And I'm tired of us being told that we're not being polite if we speak up and say our minds. They take advantage. Liberalism has survived on the indulgence of our mercy. We owe it to our kids to speak up. We owe it to our parents. We have got to pick up the mantle of these brave men and women. They go off to fight and they come home. I don't want them to come home to a country they can't recognize anymore. They're overseas fighting, they're training here. The least we can do is maintain it for them here, so when they come back from doing their part, we can have done ours. It's the least we can do. It's not polite to let your country go to Hades in a handbasket because you're too afraid of rocking the boat to speak up. That's not polite. That's suicide. We got to get over that. There's nothing in the Bible that says that you can't speak up and say your mind. In fact, it is encouraged. If you do it in a godly manner. I'm not going to be a preacher, but I know one. My father-in-law. But we have to definitely change it up, folks. And I really want you to go home. And I want you to, you've heard all of the different ways that you can get involved. You've heard how you can have effect on legislation. You've heard how you can put pressure on your candidates. We need this. This is us begging to get involved. See, now I'm going to get teary. Tell you real quick before we close this out why I'm here. I'm not a professional activist. Like I said, I'm a housewife. I'm a Christian. I'm a mother. And I work to live, just like you do. And I'm terrified, frankly. But I'm more angry than I am terrified. And I am undeterred, just as you are. And I don't back away from a fight. Neither do you. And when I see my husband come home after a long day at work with more gray hairs in his head, bless his heart. When I look at my kids, when I worry about what's going to happen to our budget and our energy bills if this junk passes, I get so mad, patriots, I can't even tell you. And it makes me want to push on, and it makes me want to fight. Because my grandfather, all of these wonderful men and women, this is not what they fought for. They didn't fight to make this some kind of nanny state, some kind of money-making machine for the left. That's my dog in this fight. My two little babies, my husband, my family. That's my dog in this fight. And I am not giving up until these guys are out of office, until this legislation stops, until we have restored American prosperity. I am not giving up. I am going to get angrier and angrier, and I will get louder and louder. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. I thank all of you so much. Please bless this town. Thank you for standing with me. You guys are such a source of inspiration and support. I cannot even put it into words, and I like to talk. Thank you all so much. Please stay in fellowship with each other.